Hey, welcome to Tech with Jess, and today we are going to learn how to create a page using the Elementor page builder in WordPress. So if you are interested in using this page builder for your website or for a client's website, definitely check out this tutorial. Okay, here we are in the back end of my website. So I do have the Elementor plugin installed already. So if you don't, you want to make sure to do that. So you will go to the plugins. As you can see, I need to make some updates and you will click on add new up here. Then you will search for Elementor. This is a free plugin. So once this pops up, you can install and then activate. And once you do so, you'll see when you go back to your pages, you have the option to create a page using the Elementor page builder. So if I come up here and click add new, it brings me to the edit page where I can give this a title. And then I have this button right here that says edit with Elementor. So I'm going to click that. And now I'm in the front end editor. Here I have these different widgets. So with the free version, you get certain ones. If you want to upgrade to Pro, you get more options. I do have the Pro version. So as you can see, these are all Pro. It's not necessary to have Pro in order to create a nice website using Elementor, but it is nice to have more options. So here we have some text, we have intersections, images, videos, buttons, dividers and spacers, and then we have icons, maps, and forms. So if you want to get started, you will come to this plus sign and you will select your structure. So here is how wide you want this to be. If you want 2 columns side by side, 3 more, you can select that here. Once you do that, you will be able to drag and drop a widget into this box. So normally pages start with a big banner or a big headline. So you might want to add an image, and maybe you even want to create something in Canva that has an image and text together. So here you can choose the image, you can upload it here, or you can choose one that you already have. So I just added the image. As you can see, it's pretty tall. So I would probably crop this and or put this in Canva and put some text up here in this white space. But you can also click on the image and you can edit the width under style. So if you want to actually make this smaller, you can do so here. And maybe what I'll do is add a heading above this. So let's drag and drop the heading, and we are going to drop it where it's blue, and we will give it a title. Now this is the default color of my text, but if I want to change it, I can do so right here. These are some saved ones that I have. So I can select that. I can also change the actual font. So again, these are my saved fonts, but I can edit those right here if I wanted to do different ones. And then I can increase the size. Normally with headings, you want them to be pretty large. And you can really play around with this as much as you want. So there is my heading. Here is the tag. So I might want to tag it H1 because it is the main title or heading of the page. So now we might want to add some text. We can either add it to this same section, or we can start creating some new sections to keep things separated. So if I want to add a new section, I can do so here, and I can drag and drop the text there. So let's actually drag the text here and move this image down because I think this looks not so great by itself. Now it's really small, so I need to actually increase the size again. Okay. Now, if you notice, these are really close, so I might use a spacer underneath the head, and I can increase that here. I could also use a divider to kind of give this a little bit more separation. With the dividers, you can edit the width right here. So we can make it smaller, but now it's all the way to the left, and I want it in the middle. So there we go. I think that looks nice. I can also change the colors of any of these sections. So the background colors you can change. If you click on the blue box, you can change that color in the background by coming to style and then background, and you will click classic. Here next to color, you will select the color. So if you have any saved, you can select that. Once you do so, you can see that the whole background goes to that color. Now I like that, but I don't like that you can't see this text, right? So I'm going to click on the text, click on the style, and click on this color here. And I'm going to bring it up to white. And now you can see it a lot better. Okay, so you can keep adding sections. You can create ones with different columns to add some variety. Again, if you want to have some space in between, you can either use the spacers, which is a widget, or you can actually edit the spacing of the box. So if you click on the blue box, you can come up here to advanced and you will see this margin. So margin and padding, they just give things more room. As you can see, the boxes down here, they're moving farther away. So that's an option as well. And then we can continue to build this up. If you want to add buttons, that is, something you'll definitely want to add to create those call to actions. You can drag and drop them, move the alignment, change the size of them. Make sure to add the link here. You can also change the button text and the color. You can make it whatever color you want. If I want to make this a different color that I don't have saved, I can just click down here, or I can enter the number of the color there. All right, so now let's add some more text. And maybe we also want an icon. So I can add that right above. Maybe I want to list some features here. If I want to drag something, I just click on it and drag it right over to another section. And wherever it lights up blue, you can drop it. Now I want to clone this, so I can actually right click on this box and duplicate it. And again, just drag it over the text box. You do need to click on this right blue button in order to be able to drag it. So just be aware of that. If you want to remove a section, you can do so. You can right click on, again, that blue button. You have the option to delete it. With this, you can just right click right on it and you can delete it. Okay, again, the icons, you can actually change these out. So there are a ton of options here, which is nice to have if you want to make it your own. And then you can also add a link to it so they can click on the icon and be taken somewhere. Here we have different colors we can add again. And if we want this to be the same, we could just duplicate this, drag this over, and remove this old one. Okay, so those are some nice features. Again, you can add background colors to any of these sections. So you can either add it to the whole blue section, you can add it behind the icons, even right here under advanced and background. Under background, you'll go under normal and then click on the color. Okay, so you can really customize this however you want, which is a reason why I really like Elementor. And if I want to clear this, I can click this little arrow right there. Now you might be wondering, well, what do I do if I want to reverse something, undo it, go back to how it was previously? You can come down here to this history button. Now, right here, it will show you every revision that you have created during your session editing this page. So here, let's say I am adding text, I am adding an image, and then I decide, you know what, actually, I want this text to be a different color. Let's make it black. And then I decide, actually, no, I don't want to do that. I can go to this history and I can click right here. This was the most recent one. I want it to be reversed before that happened. So I go to the next one up and you can see that changed the color back to blue. So this is a great way to reverse any changes you made and undo those. When you are satisfied with how this looks on your end, you can actually publish this or you can save it as a draft. So if I want to save it as a draft, I will click there. I can also preview changes. So here, this will bring up what it looks like to people who visit the site. not so bad. And then I can actually publish this if I'm ready. So you would just click right here to publish anything that you want to go live. Now, I do recommend whenever you are creating pages that you take a look at the mobile view because a lot of people will view your website from a mobile device. So you want to make sure it looks good. So you can come down here and click on this responsive mode and click on mobile. And here you can check to see how things will look. Sometimes the text look way too big. And in that case, I will edit it on the mobile side. So here that looks better. This spacing is really large, so I actually might decrease it. And then I'll just check to see how everything else looks. Then I'll go back to desktop and make sure that everything looks the same there. Okay, so just make sure that whenever you're done, you either publish it or save it as a draft so you don't lose those changes. But that is the basics of setting up a page using Elementor, the page builder. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have questions about using Elementor, feel free to drop them below. You can get very complex with this page builder if you want to create some really custom designs, but you can also keep it simple and use the widgets that they have and just change out the colors, the text, the font, and so on. Thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you get notified when more tech trainings are released.